Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the blue Zerg player in this fifth and final group game representing Team miNsanity. One of the youngest pro players in Europe. Can he make his way into the top 8? It's Serral. His opponent spawning as the red Protoss player in the top right position, representing Team Redbloods, or as those of us in Team DreamHack Stockholm know them, Team Room Booking. Oh, this guy is funny. Ladies and gentlemen, it's SpaceMarine. And the first map is going to be on Overgrowth. So this will be our final game before moving into Group C, which I believe is scheduled to start in 20 minutes time. So hey-ho, ain't that convenient. I guess that means we'll be able to hop into the next group with almost no downtime. And negative downtime, I suppose, depending on how long this series goes. So very eager to see what's going to happen here. This is, of course, the go big or go home moment for both of these players. The winner of this best of 3 series moves on to the elimination bracket tomorrow. The loser of this best of 3 series goes home. So a lot on the line here. Definitely a lot at stake. And both players have won one series, of course, and lost a series as well. So this is their final chance in the group stages. So you got the gateway first coming down. We have the hatchery after spawning pool coming down here for Serral. And just being ever so slightly safer with his build here. Not doing anything particularly greedy. No 3 hatches before pool or anything like that. And we can see the beginnings of a wall pop out here now for SpaceMarine. This Overlord is going to be able to spot that. We'll immediately see that a Nexus is obviously down as soon as a pylon goes down there, because there's no point otherwise. And we'll spot that it has actually gone down comfortably beforehand. The gateway, though, is already complete. He did get that first. And, well, this Overlord is going to be able to see that. So no worries whatsoever. And it's going to be a little while before we find out what the tech choices are here, guys. So both these guys have had a pretty long journey. SpaceMarine lost his first game. And then won his second. And he lost his first game to Serral, so this is a little bit of a rematch. Serral, in the meantime, beat SpaceMarine and then went on to lose 2-0 to TargA, who has made it out of his group in first place. Everybody loves the TargA Banes, and I'm so happy that I'm going to get to see them in the round of 8. Absolutely no complaints about that result whatsoever. But Serral, perhaps, a lot of people would consider him a favourite against TargA. So knowing that he was 2-0 coming into this must be a little bit surprising for quite a lot of people. TargA, though, really good player, and on his day, he also performs really well in online cups. So absolutely no complaints there. Right, so what's going on in the meantime? We've got the third hatch down now, by the way, for our Zerg player. It has also been spotted by SpaceMarine, so he knows what he's up against. A couple of Lings are going to be able to chase the probe home. Now, there are no additional probes out on the map right now, guys, so this is all he sees. He has got a Zealous and Stalker out, though. So he is going to be able to ward these Lings away and potentially shepherd a probe away from the main base to try and get a pylon down a little later. Picking off that Zergling is actually pretty big. It just means that he's got freedom of this part of the map, which means that a probe can actually sort of pop around this kind of side of the map here and potentially put down a pylon, at the moment unopposed. So we're keeping an eye on that. In fact, that's exactly where the probe goes. So there you go. We have 3 more gateways coming in, and a very, very quick Twilight Council followed by a Dark Shrine. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing them invisible units pop by. It is a DT opener coming out of here from our Protoss player this time around. This Overlord has seen nothing, and this Stalker will ensure it sees nothing. This one will never get to the Dark Shrine before being spotted. And of course, Cast a Curse dictates that that might happen now. But we will see. 4 Lings here, almost seeing the pylon, but not quite. And that's pretty big. They will soon have Zergling speed. And that is way too many in terms of units to have to deal with right now. They have got speed now, but with those 2 Zealots warping in as well, I don't think it's going to be possible for them to take this on. In fact, only 3 Lings left. Not able to see this pile on the right-hand side. I'd like to see another one put down here if necessary. But This could end up being problematic. There's a Spore Crawler going down. Where's the Spore Crawler going? It's going down in the main base. That is the only detection right now. The layer is... Oh, it's not even complete yet. These are very, very quick DTs. Yes, there are a lot of Zerglings here. But the Dark Shrine is complete now. And here we go. First Dark Templar. Second Dark Templar. Are we going to see 3, 4, 5 of them? We need to see as many as possible. And these Lings are desperately trying to kill off these units so that they can pick apart that pylon, but they just don't have the versatility to do that at the moment. Here come 2 DCs, one into the main, one into the natural. The one in the main will get seen by the Spore Crawler. The one in the natural will not. And workers are starting to go down. He now realizes what's going on here. These Zealots actually need to be careful. These Stalkers are being surrounded. More and more units now getting pulled in. The Stalkers will get picked apart by these Zerglings, and it looks like these Zealots are going to be left to raid, but how many workers are going down to these Dark Templars? 11 so far. Looks like the one in the main base got picked off, but this guy at the natural expansion has killed off so much right now, and luckily we have a counter-attack to try and even things out. A couple of Lings managing to get into the natural. That is a massive gap to leave in the wall. I am not sure I'm impressed with that at all from a Protoss point of view. He won't be happy about that. And all of a sudden, 7 workers have been killed from the Protoss as well. Let's look at the worker supply. It's 44 to 35 in favor of SpaceMarine. But oh my god, that's a big wall you got right there. And oh, is that close or what? Just about managing to plug that gap. And he really needed... That was a huge gap. I mean, just allowing that pylon to die and those Zerglings coming in. Just a little bit careless, really, there from SpaceMarine, because he was able to kill a decent number of workers with those Dark Templars. Look at this, 11 workers killed. That could have been 11 versus 0. But as it stands now, I think Serral's managed to stabilize, and he's in an okay position. This pylon hasn't been revealed yet, though. So there is every opportunity for attacks to come in the future. But Serral's doing the right thing right now. He is droning up like there's no tomorrow. And he's saying, well, that was your play. You've used up your Dark Templar cards. And I'm okay with that. What have you got next? Because I'm just going to macro up in the meantime. And he's up to 50 workers now. He's going to be able to get more shortly. Needs to be careful about engaging this army. He just wants to chill out and delay the third as long as possible. And spreading that creep's definitely going to help to do that. He could actually come in with the Lings and try and pick off the Stalker and run if he felt like it, but I don't think that's going to be worth his while at the moment. And Serral at this point, I feel like he should, if he wanted to, take a 4th base once he works out that this army isn't about to come crashing down his door. And I think if SpaceMarine wants to take a 3rd base, he can't afford to have the army just be non-stop aggressive right now. It doesn't look like he's doing that, though. He's up to 95 supply versus 113, and he is actually starting to move on to creep. So this does look to be a little bit of a commitment from our Protoss player. No 3rd base in sight. We have Archons here with those Dark Templars to try and sort of bust down any resilient defense we got here. So, for all intents and purposes, this is a massive 2-base play, and I love what Serral's doing with these Zerglings. He's moving them back, saying, you're going to have to deal with me in the back, guys. You better watch out, because these Lings, they can come and flank your army. But he's doing a good job of splitting right now. There are some charge lots there, and the Zerglings come back. They completely surround the sentries, actually. A decent number of them going down. Good force fields coming out from SpaceMarine right now, but that won't guarantee being able to kill this army, and a couple of them actually burrowing right now. Don't forget, we have got that burrow, and that's going to make it really frustrating because there's no observer with this army for the Protoss. He's up to 108 supply versus 127. Decent force fields. Okay, trapping a couple of those roaches, and you know what? Serral just burrows and says, I'm actually fine with this, mate. How about you? There's a lot of Protoss coming this way, though. It's 52 army supply to 61 right now. And are we going to see additional burrows? We have more roaches coming in, and now those roaches that were previously burrowed are coming in to do a flank. The longer this army stays here, the better this engagement is going to get for Serral. And he's got a great flank now with those roaches. It looks like he's going to be able to come in and pick off everything else as well. But here comes another warp in of Zealots. Is it enough? Good force field preventing some of those Zealots from engaging over here. But look at the Protoss army. They're trading at kind of an even rate right now. And while the economy isn't going down for Serral, I'm not sure we can be affording to do that. Serral is up to 1,300 minerals, though. He should... well, I guess if he wanted to, he could just flood Lings. But look at the number of roaches that are left. He should be able just to clean this up now. Does successfully do so. He's at 93 supply versus 60. At least no additional units managed to creep their way into the natural and main during that time. But The 3 bases are intact. A significant 17 workers are now being produced because a lot of them did die there. He's technically down 41 to 48 workers, so immediately going back up to 58. He could even go for one more round of drones if he felt like it. We have a DT coming in now. Let's take a look at where they are. Okay, it's going to be inside the natural expansion. Where is that Overseer? Do we have them in the main base? We don't actually, and oh my goodness, even with the Spore Crawler here, these DTs are doing so much damage. And, oh, that one actually surviving and getting out of Spore Crawler range, but the Overseer able to pick that off as well. 8 more workers going down. He's back up to 52 worker supply overall, though, and he's doing the correct thing of just constantly making more workers. You don't panic when you see those DTs and go, oh no, I need to make loads of army, because that's how the DTs kill 5 to 15 workers, and then you don't replenish them, so you're economically behind. You just make more workers behind it, deal with the Dark Templars with what you've got, and then you're in a position where you can comfortably see out the rest of the game, and that's exactly what Serral's done. He has the experience to do that. He knows exactly what to do there. And, well, a couple of DTs are going to annoy these roaches, and to be honest, that's all they're going to do, because the roaches are just so numerous that he doesn't want to hang around there for long. And Overseer is going to be popping by with this army, and I'll tell you what, those DTs will not be happy to see this guy. They're going to have to become an Archon reasonably soon. And this 3rd base location from SpaceMarine is starting to look a little bit ambitious. Cancel in 3, 2... Nope, not even waiting. There we go. It does get cancelled. He's moving into the natural expansion now. And SpaceMarine's still on 2 bases. A 4th base is about to get taken from Serral. There we go, in the bottom right-hand corner. And there's not a lot the Protoss can do about it right now. Yes, there are Archons. Yes, there's an Immortal, but there is an Immortal right now, and there are 35 roaches on the map. Okay, great, you have charge slots, but watch out, because I can stutter step. And, oh, excellent use of burrow movement. The Immortal goes down as well. The 2nd Immortal looking like it's about to go. It does indeed. Burrow movement into that Archon, and we have full retreat coming out of here from SpaceMarine, using these roaches so effectively right now. This Archon is trapped in a corner. It goes down as well. Burrow movement. He's inside the natural expansion now. Yes, there are 2 Immortals, but these roaches can comfortably spot. Oh wow, even dropping chain links and having them hold position so that they can pick and choose their battles here. And GG is called. My Insanity Serral, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be winning game number 1 of this best of 3.